What is the difference between close method and the quit method in Selenium WebDriver? Very common question again, whether fresher or experienced candidate, this you can expect in interviews. So hi everyone, my name is Mukesh Utwani from learn-information.com, and this video will be talking about the actual difference between close and quit. When to use what, how do they maintain the session ID. At the last I will explain you how you can explain in interviews. Okay, so before we start, let me write down the differences, then practically I will show you one by one. So close and quit, they sound similar, but there's a minor difference between them, and how we use them in Selenium is also a little different. So basically close method will close current active tab or window. Don't worry, I will explain you practically. And quit will close every associated window, not current, close every associated or every active tab or window. Second most important difference, when you use close, it will maintain the session ID, is getting maintained, or you can say still close method, the moment you use close method, session ID will remain same, which you can use later on if you have multiple tabs. Please remember, if you just have one tab, no difference, only the session ID. But when you have multiple tabs, session ID will be stored, it will be getting maintained. In simple words, it will not be null. But when you go with quit method, basically it will keep session ID as null. The moment you use this, will be null. Now let me show you practically. Take this example. If I just have one tab, now whether I use close or quit, it will close my current tab, right? So first difference will not be applicable here because we just have one tab. But if I use close and quit here, close will not assign the null, it will have the session ID. Quit will assign null. Now let me show you through one application. Okay, for example, I'm automating this application and I have these social media icons. So the moment I click on, let's say LinkedIn, it's opening one tab, right? Now I have tab 1 and tab 2. If my current focus is on this tab, which is LinkedIn, and if I use close, it will only close current active window. First tab will still getting maintained. But if I use quit, it will close both the tabs, basically close every associated active window. And this point again will remain same, whether it's a single tab or multiple tab, it will assign null, it will not assign null, it will maintain the session ID, it will not maintain the session ID. Let's see one by one. So let's create a class. I will say again difference close and quit. I'm using public static void main, but let's say if you're using JUnit or testng, you can use @test annotation. Now in order to start, let me open one browser and let me show you. So I will go ahead with WebDriver, driver equal to new Chrome driver. So you can use Firefox, Chrome, Edge, it's up to you. For this example, I'm using Chrome. Let me open this URL, which is driver.quit. And to show you this null part, I will add one sysout statement. Let's say start, and let me use end here. And you will get to know in a minute why I'm adding this sysout statement. If I use close, please notice, close the current window, quitting the browser if it is the last window currently open. Okay, so basically if you have multiple tabs, close will close the active window or the tab, the remaining tab will be open. But if it is the last tab or only the single tab, it will close the browser as well. Talking about quit, quits this driver plus closing every associated window. It means the complete tabs will be closed, basically the browser will be closed. Let me show you first with close. Now the second part which I mentioned, right, session ID. if you want to practically see the session ID, you need to add a breakpoint, because the session ID you will see in the debugger mode only. So I will add one breakpoint at line number maybe 15. Right click, debug as Java application. Now this says you need to switch your perspective. I will say fine, remember my decision, switch. Now notice guys, this is my browser window, right? And this is my Eclipse. You have to pay attention now. This driver that we started, okay? Can you see this? Okay, let me rearrange this. So this is the driver that we got. We got all these values: capabilities, CDB, dev tools. If you see this part, which is session ID, what is the session ID? It's a dynamic string. So every time you start a new session, you will be getting a new session ID. In our case, it's FB ending with C6. Fine. Now let me execute the next step. The moment I execute this, URL opened. Execute one more time. See, browser got closed. This is my previous one. This is not the active one. Okay, this one got closed. Even after calling this close, you will see session ID still FB ending with C6. It means it is maintaining the session ID. And if I say end, it will end and the program will exit. Now if I replace this with quit, now I will execute the same program in the debug mode, and this time you will see a difference. So yeah, start it again. This is our browser. Let me keep it like this. Let me execute the next step. URL opened. I'm not calling quit as of now. Again, if I show you the driver value, if you go to session ID, what is the session ID this time? 35 ending with B66. And if you don't want to go through this variable, what you can do, put mouse over, you can still get from here. Expand this, come to the end, session ID 35 ending with B66. Now notice, the moment I execute driver.quit, this will close this browser. But now notice, session ID assigned to null. Same thing you can cross check here. Yeah, it assigned to null. So this is the second point. Now for the first point, I want to show you one practical scenario, but a small disclaimer here. You should understand how to switch to multiple tabs of window. Okay, we are going to use one get window handle concept. If you're completely new to Selenium, I would highly recommend you to watch my previous video. I will give you the link in the description. There I have explained the multiple ways to switch to multiple tabs of window. So in order to understand, if you're completely new, make sure you watch that video. If you're already familiar, let's continue. So what I will do now, I will create one more program, or maybe we can directly start with this. So in order to start, obviously I need multiple tabs. I will go with 2 tabs. Okay, one is primary, one is this. And let me click on LinkedIn again. So you can see I can go with this hyperlink. I can go with SVG as well, but let me go with LinkedIn. So again, I will say find my hyperlink, which is /A. So if you notice, we have around 12 elements on this page. So it is highlighting this link, and these footer icons. But I will say find a hyperlink which have href, and href contains LinkedIn. So I will say find use contains. Contains is a predefined function. I will say it contains href and LinkedIn. Use comma here. So you can see it's matching with 2, right? This is the first one, this is the second one. Now if you want to make it 1, you can use indexes here, or you can simply, you can use indexes directly in the XPath, or you can write one XPath that first connect to us, then find only this social media icon. It's up to you. So this XPath which I have written will open LinkedIn. So I will say first you open this, then find element by XPath and then click. Now obviously the moment you click on this, it will open a new tab. So this will be my primary tab and this will be secondary tab. Now interesting part in Selenium, it does not differentiate whether it's a tab or window, the concept will remain same. It totally depends on a browser setting. Many times you click on a link, it might open in a new window. So Selenium will consider tab or window exactly in the same way. Now in order to get this, I will use get window handles. So basically what happens, every tab or every window will have a window handle. So this will have a unique window handle and the new tab also will have a new window handle. So I'm saying give me all window handles. This will return me a set of string. So let me store in a set of string. Let's call all window. Now I need to switch. By default we are on this page, which is basically this one. I need to switch here. How to switch? We use driver.switch_to.window and we give the window handle ID. So again, there are multiple ways to switch. I am using convert to a list, then pass here directly. So what I will do, first of all, I will create a list of string and I will create one array list, and in the constructor I will pass this set. Okay, in order to understand, make sure you're comfortable with collection, because set and list, they both are part of collection. So I'm converting set, which is unordered collection, to a list which is ordered collection, so that I can get the indexes. So basically, in short, this will return me a set which will have parent and child. I'm creating one new list and I mentioned in the constructor that convert this set into a list. It means 0, 1 I can access now. So 0 will be my parent window, 1 will be child. So I will get the second one. I will say driver.switch_to.window and I need to provide the window handle. So I have two window handles, so I will say fine, give me the second one. So this will switch to LinkedIn. If I want to come back, I can use 0 again. It means go to LinkedIn, come to freelance, go to LinkedIn, come to freelance. So 4 times I'm switching. Go to LinkedIn, come to freelance. Again switch to LinkedIn, come to freelance. But the moment I'm on this freelance, I will use close. Notice I'm using close, not quit. 2 tabs. So close will close current active tab or window, not the complete browser. To show you this again, I will add a breakpoint at line number 25. Fine, so let's execute this and see. I will again right click, debug as Java application. So it started. Okay, so let me keep this window here. This I will maintain here. execute this. It opened, and basically now we will be clicking. So I want to click on LinkedIn. It clicked on LinkedIn, and now notice we are saying give me all the window handles. We got set. So window handles, number of tabs, in our case 2. So this set will have total 2 window handles. If you notice, total 2, right? Now I want to use indexes, so I'm converting into a list. So I got the list 1, 2. See, this is parent, this is child, parent, child. Now I'm saying switch to the child window. See, right now we are already on the LinkedIn, so you cannot see the switch. But now you will notice I'm saying go back to parent. See, it immediately switched from LinkedIn to parent. Again, I'm saying switch to child 1. See, it switched. Now there's a main difference. I'm saying close. The moment I say close, it actually closed the current active window. The current active window was LinkedIn. It closed. Do we have driver? Yes. Still session ID is getting maintained. See. And now you can see the practical purpose, because I close the tab, but still I have my previous tab. What if I want to interact? I can still continue, right? But that's not the case with quit. Quit will close every associated window. So basically parent and child both. To show you this, let's execute one more time. Yes. Execute. It will click on LinkedIn. Yes. Again execute. Let me get the set. We got the set. Now we got the list with 2 window handle. Switch to LinkedIn, switch to parent, switch to LinkedIn. Now notice guys, the moment I say driver.quit, it will close both the tabs. See? It closed both the tabs, and if I go back and see the driver value, it's null. So this is how you can explain. So let me give you final summary. In case if you get this question in interviews, what is the difference between close and quit? You can say close and quit, they both belongs to WebDriver. So close will close current active window, and quit will close every associated window. Close does not assign null. Basically close will maintain the session ID, but quit will assign null to the session ID. It means once you use quit, you cannot use it further. And in our project, we have used close and quit. So whenever we have multiple tabs windows, we are using close and quit accordingly. But there are a couple of scenarios where we just need one tab, one window. There we are using close. There actually we can use close and quit, but we are using close because anyways we're not using after that. So this is how you can explain interviews. I hope this video helped you. If yes, then please do subscribe this channel, share with your friends and colleagues. And if you have any questions which you're not able to answer in interviews, let me know in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.